Leeds fans, stop scrolling right now. Elland Road just got rocked by breaking news, and one fact is already carved in stone. Daniel Farke's job hangs by a thread. For defeats in a row, relegation zone staring back, and Chelsea arrive Wednesday unbeaten in 7. But here's the first payoff you need to hear. Farke just confused Enzo Maresca with a tactical switch so sudden that the Chelsea boss admitted he has nitrogen monoxide idea how Leeds will line up. That's not panic, that's calculated chaos. If you bleed white more than you hate Manchester United, hit like and subscribe right now because this story has 3 twists that will shake the Premier League. We start with the tactical masterclass that has Chelsea guessing. Stay locked. There's a double cliffhanger at the end that involves a French goalkeeper and a Nigerian defender. Who could change everything? Wednesday night, Elland Road. Chelsea unbeaten in 7, Leeds in the relegation zone, and Daniel Farke's head on the chopping block. But here's what no one saw coming. The German just played mind games with one of the Premier League's smartest managers, and Enzo Maresca is lost. The question everyone's asking, what formation will Leeds play against Chelsea? The answer, even Maresca doesn't know. And here's why that's genius. Farke spent 100 games at Norwich playing a back 4. Out of those 200, only 16 or 17 featured a back 5. At Leeds, every single game this season was a back 4. Until Saturday. Until Manchester City. Until the 64th minute when everything changed. Farke switched to a 5-3-2 at halftime against Pep Guardiola's machine, and Leeds didn't just survive, they thrived. Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Lucas Mecha up front together, both strikers finding the net, and suddenly the Etihad went silent. The fans applauded Leeds off the pitch despite losing 3-2. That's respect. That's impact. Now listen to what Maresca said in his pre-match press conference, and you'll hear the confusion dripping through every word. Quote, "I don't know what formation Leeds will play. Farke played more than 200 games with Norwich, just 16 or 17 with a back 5. With Leeds, every game was a back 4, then suddenly a back 5 in the second half against City. They played so well in a 3-5-2. So we will try to prepare for both, and then when we see the lineup, we can organize. But it's the main doubt for me at the moment." End quote. Read that again. Main doubt. A top 3 Premier League manager just admitted Daniel Farke has him second guessing. That's not luck, that's tactical warfare. But here's the problem. Leeds are walking into this match without key players. Dan James was forced off at halftime against City and is ruled OUT for Chelsea. Sean Longstaff and Anton Stach both missed the Etihad trip, and only Stach might return. Depleted squad. Relegation zone. Manager under fire. But Farke just weaponized unpredictability, and Chelsea are preparing for 2 different teams. Do you think Daniel Farke should keep the 5-3-2, or does Leeds' identity demand the 4-3-3 no matter what? Drop your answer below. And if you believe Farke deserves more time to prove himself, smash that LIKE button and let the doubters KNOW. That tactical evolution is what separates great managers from average ones. But while Farke plays chess with Chelsea, something else is brewing in the goalkeeping department. A French shot stopper who disappeared from the bench is suddenly back. And the reason why will leave you stunned. Karl Darlow's absence wasn't tactical. It was injury. Stay locked. Eyebrows raised. Questions flooded in. Saturday at the Etihad Stadium, the Leeds United bench looked different. Illan Meslier was back. The 25-year-old French goalkeeper, the man who was exiled from the starting 11 after a string of catastrophic mistakes last season, hadn't been named on the bench for the previous 5 Premier League games. Not once, not even close. And then, suddenly, there he was, sitting in the dugout. Karl Darlow, nowhere to be seen. Speculation erupted. Was Farke reconsidering? Was Meslier getting a second chance? Was Leeds about to make a bold statement and reinstall the Frenchman between the posts? The answer came Tuesday in Farke's press conference, and it was as blunt as a sledgehammer. Question: does Meslier being on the bench mean anything deeper? Farke's response, word for word: Karl missed 3 team trainings last week and was not able to travel with us, but that seems to be sorted. It was a minor adductor injury, but he's back in training today and should be all right. Translation: nitrogen monoxide. Meslier's return meant nothing. It wasn't a reward. It wasn't a tactical shift. It wasn't forgiveness. It was simply Karl Darlow's adductor injury forcing Farke's hand. Meslier was the only available backup. That's it. That's the story. The man born in Lorient can expect to return to the stands for the Chelsea game, watching Lucas Perry defend the goal while Darlow sits on the bench. But here's where it gets interesting. Meslier's contract expires at the end of this season. Free agency looms. Leeds paid £5 million to sign him from Lorient back in July 2020, and now they're facing the reality of losing him for nothing, unless they sell in January. And guess what? The market is hot. Strasbourg are keen. AC Milan like him. Reports in Belgium claim Anderlecht are considering a swoop. A bidding war could break out, and Leeds could recoup some of that £5 million investment. But here's the twist that no one's talking about. Karl Darlow's contract also expires at the end of the season. So if Meslier leaves in January and Darlow walks in June, who backs up Lucas Perry long-term? Leeds are staring at a goalkeeping crisis, and the January window might force the board to make decisions they're not ready for. There's a rumor circulating, and according to sources close to the club, Leeds are quietly monitoring several championship goalkeepers as potential replacements. Names haven't leaked yet, but insiders suggest the club is targeting someone under 23 with Premier League potential. Do you think Leeds should sell Meslier in January and cash in, or keep him as depth and risk losing him for free in the summer? Comment your strategy below. And if you believe Karl Darlow deserves to finish the season as Leeds' number 2, hit that like button and show Meslier the door. But while the goalkeeping soap opera plays out, Daniel Farke is plotting something bigger. A defensive signing that could transform Leeds' backline and silence the critics who say this squad isn't built for survival. The target? A 22-year-old Nigerian sensation who just lifted silverware in Austria and has League One giants circling. His name is about to be everywhere. Stay locked. Scouts watched. Notebooks filled. Whispers cross borders. And now, according to Top Mercato on December 1st, Leeds United are monitoring a central defender who could be the answer to Daniel Farke's survival plan. The name, Mwaiwu, 22 years old, Nigerian, plays for Wolfsberger in the Austrian Bundesliga. Contract runs until June 30th, 2027. Last season, lifted the Austrian Cup after an ELITE campaign. This season, 11 appearances, 5 yellow cards, and a reputation as one of the best ball-playing center-backs in Austria. And Leeds want him, but here's the problem. They're not alone. Lens, the recent UEFA Champions League winners, are interested. Olympique de Marseille are circling. Several other League One sides are watching. If Leeds want Mwaiwu, they'll have to move fast, make their interest known right off the bat, and convince the Nigerian that Elland Road is where champions are built. So what does Mwaiwu offer? Let's break it down. First, he's a physical defender, unafraid to enter duels, unafraid to make last-ditch tackles, unafraid to put his body on the line to keep his team in the game. That's exactly what the Premier League demands, and that's exactly what Leeds need if they're going to claw out of the relegation zone. Second, he's a ball-playing center-back. Cool head under pressure, excellent distribution, can launch attacks from deep, and here's the twist. His ball-playing ability means Mwaiwu can be coached to play as a defensive midfielder. That versatility is gold in the modern game, especially for a Leeds side that just lost Sean Longstaff to injury and is desperately thin in midfield. Imagine this scenario. Farke keeps the 5-3-2 that worked against City, slots Mwaiwu into the back three, and suddenly Leeds have a defender who can step into midfield, break lines with passes, and transition defense into attack in one movement. That's not just a signing, that's a tactical revolution. But there's a catch. Mwaiwu is described as ready to ignite the transfer window and make headlines. That means his price tag is rising. That means competition is fierce. That means Leeds will have to pay premium money to land him, and with Daniel Farke's job on the line, the board might hesitate to back a manager who could be gone before Christmas. There's a rumor, and according to sources close to the Austrian Bundesliga, Mwaiwu's camp is waiting to see which club makes the first move before committing. The clock is ticking. January is coming, and Leeds are at a crossroads. Do you think Leeds should go all in on Mwaiwu, or is the defensive priority somewhere else? Drop your opinion below. And if you believe this signing could be the difference between survival and relegation, smash that like button and let the board know that fans are ready to back bold moves. But as massive as this defensive target is, the bigger question looms. Can Daniel Farke survive long enough to coach him? And what happens if Lens or Marseille outbid Leeds and steal the Nigerian sensation? Stay locked, because the conclusion ties everything together. And the final cliffhanger will leave you on the edge. 3 stories. 1 mission. Farke confused Chelsea with tactics that have Maresca preparing for 2 teams. Meslier returned, but it meant nothing, and Leeds face a keeper crisis with contracts expiring. Mwaiwu, a 22-year-old Nigerian defender, is on the radar with French giants ready to pounce. This is about survival. If Farke keeps the 5-3 to Wednesday and beats Chelsea, he buys time. But if Leeds lose their 5th straight, he's done. Here's what I need from every Leeds fan. 1. Smash like if Farke deserves one more chance with the formation that worked. TWO. Comment your boldest prediction for Wednesday. Upset or 5th defeat. 3. Subscribe because every subscriber makes United fans furious. But here's the cliff edge. Farke's fate rests on the next 3 games. The board is watching. The dressing room is split. And Mwaiwu decides his next club in 10 days. Leeds made contact. Lens made contact. Marseille made contact. Who wins? Plus, a senior player met the board last night. Nitrogen monoxide coaches. And what was said could save or seal Farke's job. That drops next. Marching on together. Hit subscribe. We ride together. See you in the next war.